Hello once again and welcome back. We're going to be doing a little bit of a test today with the MB8 polymeric polished stone preserver. I'm going to be applying it to a light and a dark tile, a cream of marfil and a dark brown emperador. We're going to see, will it stop an acid etch. So what we're going to do is we're going to show how I apply it. We're going to go over it. You know, it's suggested for floors, and you're going to burnish it. Well, we're going to use an angle grinder to burnish it the same way you would with a floor machine, and go ahead and show what this is going to do as far as being acid resistant. Do some testing as we go. Now, what we've been told about this product is we've applied it to several floors, and we've actually applied it to some counters and walls. I think it's great for walls because if you're using an angle grinder with a hog's hair pad, you can apply it. Now that's going to be more than enough for both these tiles. You don't need much. That's way more than enough. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to spread it on here with a wet towel, go both ways, and then I'm going to wait a little bit. And I'm going to apply some more, put several coats on, just like this. But that's how you do it with a wet mop. You use a capful in a corner, and you should do 20 square feet, one capful. And somebody really, honestly, from what I've understood, that's even too much. That you just need, the less is better in this. You don't need to use very much at all. But that's our first coat. Okay, these clamps ought to hold it. See how that comes out with a nice polished, shiny look. Down the dark brown. Done this on some walls, bathrooms, and the nice thing about it, it's just really easy to do, to apply. Okay, we got a nice shiny finish. I'm going to put one more coat and then polish it out, and that should be plenty, especially with the amount that I'm putting, which is more then you're certainly going to put what most of the time you would do. I just don't want to use a spray bottle, because once you use this as a polymer, once that spray bottle is pretty much gone. So I'm putting way more than, see, that little bit is probably more than you need. You just need a dab of it. And put one more coat, and then when we let this coat, and when you do rub it in, you go both ways. See, with a mop, you go both ways, and then the heat and the friction sets it right in there, but you just use a wet mop, and that's what we're duplicating here. Like I say, one more try, let that dry out and buff it once again. Then we'll see what we can do as far as etching it with some acid. Okay, this is the final buff after the third coat. We put two coats on, then we buffed, and now we're going to Bust this all out again. Now when we put this on a floor, we use just what's called a high-speed. The high-speed furniture, electric furniture. And it builds up enough heat to set this into the stone. The reason I wanted to do the cream of marfil is cream of marfil typically doesn't take a sealer very well. Because it just sits up on top of the stone, even a good penetrating sealant, it's hard to get to work on a polished cream of marfil. Now, you might not be able to see how this really, how shiny this is and how shiny it looks. But you really can see that way now. I wanted to do the black, the brown, dark brown, because I didn't know if you'd be able to notice. And I'm going to put some still shots of this too. That brown Emperor has been out in the weather a little bit, so it's got some cracks in it. But that looks pretty doggone shiny to me. You can see the reflection of the easy in them. Okay. Well, we're going to have to test them now.